Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Limpim Vishum. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 29th of September. Prime Minister Modi pitches for Make in India with top business heads in US. Ashraf Ghani sworn in as Afghanistan's new president. And Tamil Nadu gets new chief minister as Jayalalithaa moves court against conviction. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will receive a grand welcome at the White House on Monday. The Indian Prime Minister, who is on a 5-day visit to the US, also met top American business executives.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi had a busy day on Monday with a number of political and business engagements. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also held meetings with top American CEOs, including those of Boeing, PepsiCo, General Electric, Google and Goldman Sachs, in an effort to attract FDI to India before leaving for Washington to meet President Barack Obama. Many felt the meeting between the two-country heads shows how much importance both US and India are placing on bilateral ties.
The very first state dinner that the President had was with India. It broke a long tradition. It was always with England, and now it was with India. And it is really very important that he's having yet another important dinner for India. And it shows how much he values the bilateral relationship, the ties that we've had in economic development and commerce and trade and fighting terrorism. We've been strong allies.
Prime Minister Modi took the Madison Square Garden by storm, addressing the Indian diaspora in the US on Sunday. He urged Americans of Indian origin to visit their home country and shared his vision for India. Announcing relaxation in visa norms, Prime Minister Modi promised a lifetime visa to people of Indian origin. The Indian Prime Minister also met his Israeli counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly on Sunday. This was the first top-level engagement between New Delhi and Jerusalem in over a decade. Prime Minister Modi pushed for Israeli investment in the defense sector, which the Indian government recently opened for up to 49% foreign direct investment.
There was a discussion in terms of defense ties, and Prime Minister explained that under his new vision, Make in India was a priority for him. He also explained that right now in the defense sector, Israel or any foreign company can invest up to 49%. And Prime Minister made a pitch for investments from everywhere, including from Israel.
Prime Minister Modi began his first official trip to the US on Friday. The visit also comes close to his call for his much-anticipated campaign of Make in India, with an aim to transform the country into a global manufacturing destination.
Ashraf Ghani was sworn in as the 13th president of Afghanistan on Monday. The former finance minister succeeded Hamid Karzai in the first democratic transfer of power ever since the 2001 US-led invasion toppled the Taliban regime in the war-torn nation.
Ashraf Ghani Ahmadzai took charge at a ceremonial swearing-in at the presidential palace in capital Kabul on Monday. The peaceful transition gave way to the newly created position of Chief Executive Officer to rival Abdullah Abdullah, who also attained office alongside Ghani. While Abdullah will enjoy powers similar to the Prime Minister, the two will share control over leading key institutions such as the Afghan army and other administrative decisions. Ghani and Abdullah signed a power-sharing deal after marathon negotiations last week to end a 6-month-long electoral deadlock.
امروز ما ثابت کردیم که همدیگر پذیر شده. این همدیگر پذیری باید ما را در رسیدن به صلح پایدار کمک کند. تحکیم ثبات و تأمین امنیت بدون ختم حکومت‌های موازی میسر نیست. ما وعده می‌سپاریم که با تشکیل حکومت وحدت ملی به تمام حکومت‌های موازی نقطه پایان خواهیم گذاشت.
Locals in Kabul were happy that the nation finally had a new leader.
قدرت انتقال کیږي له رئیس جمهور بل رئیس جمهور ته دا افتخار جو د افغانانو ته بل موږ غوښتنه د رئیس نوی رئیس جمهور نه ده چې په افغانستان کې اول د سولې مسله په سوله په افغانستان کې راسي امنیت راځي چې په بل ملک کې سوله امنیت نه الته حکومتداري حکومت کول مشکل ده.
Ghani and Abdullah were locked in a long battle to succeed outgoing President Hamid Karzai, threatening of the country slipping into ethnic violence. Their assuming office, however, comes as the Taliban continued its violence in the country. A group of suicide bombers attacked a local government office in eastern Paktia province, killing 10 people on Monday, hours before the swearing-in ceremony. The Taliban also planted several low-intensity blasts in Kabul ever since Sunday to disrupt the swearing-in event. Ghani's assuming office comes amid the uphill task of leading the war-ravaged country in the face of growing Taliban threat and the impending NATO troops withdrawal by the end of this year.
The death toll in the attack on a refugee camp in northwest Pakistan rose to 8 on Monday. A relief camp for internally displaced persons or IDPs in Hangu came under terrorist strike on Sunday. According to police, some 150 pounds of explosives were hidden in a two-wheeler which blasted using a remote control device. More than a dozen others injured were still undergoing treatment in nearby hospitals. The IDP camp in Hangu housed over 1,000 families who had fled the ongoing military crackdown on the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan in the tribal areas. Though no groups has claimed responsibility for the attack, the Taliban had threatened to target IDP camps in the area if they were not vacated. On to some other developments now. Paneer Selvam took oath as the new Chief Minister of India's southern Tamil Nadu on Monday. This comes after State Chief Minister Jayalalithaa was disqualified following her conviction in a graft case.
Former Provincial Finance Minister O. Paneer Selvam was administered the oath of office by Governor K. Rosaya in capital Chennai. Paneer Selvam was elected unanimously as the legislative leader of the All India Anna Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam or AIADMK late on Sunday. He will be replacing party Supremo Jayalalithaa as the provincial chief. Jayalalithaa, along with 3 others, was found guilty in an 18-year-old graft case on Saturday. All 4 were sentenced to 4 years imprisonment and a fine of $16 million each. Jayalalithaa filed an appeal challenging her conviction in the Karnataka High Court on Monday. Tamil Nadu continued to remain tense as AIADMK supporters continued their protest against the sentencing of Jayalalithaa. Hundreds of party activists are carrying on their fast in front of the AIADMK office seeking the release of their leader. Many even went to claim that Jayalalithaa was falsely convicted to pressurize Tamil Nadu to give away on the Kaveri River water sharing dispute.
காவேரி தண்ணிக்காக அவனுங்க அந்த படுபாவிங்க காவேரி தண்ணி கோர்ட் மூலமா வாங்குறாங்கிறதுக்காக அவனுங்க அநியாயத்துக்கு பண்ணி எங்க அம்மா உள்ள உட்கார வச்சிருக்கானுங்க அந்த விரோதத்துல அவனுங்க உட்கார வச்சிருக்கானுங்க எங்க அம்மா நிரபராதி.
Jayalalithaa, the 3-time Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, was found guilty of amassing property worth $11 million during her first term between 1991 and 1996. Following her conviction, she will now not be eligible to contest any elections for the next 6 years.
Pakistan Prime Minister's advisor on foreign affairs, Sartaj Aziz, has said the meeting between Hurriyat leaders and Pakistani High Commissioner to India was mistimed. India had called off the scheduled Foreign Secretary level talks between the two countries following the incident.
Sartaj Aziz said Pakistan has been holding talks with the Kashmiri separatists for decades. Speaking to Indian media in New York, Aziz, however, accepted that the timing of the meeting was probably not right. Despite New Delhi registering its protest over the meeting, Aziz said the message was conveyed to Islamabad late. Pakistan envoy to India, Abdul Basit, had met Hurriyat conference in Indian capital New Delhi last month. The meeting, which took place 4 days before the highly anticipated bilateral interaction scheduled to begin in Islamabad, resulted in India calling off the talks. Aziz had last week said India should take the initiative to resume the dialogue process, as it was New Delhi which cancelled the talks.
It was a joyous homecoming for the Indian shooters after a successful stint at the ongoing Asian Games. Take a look.
The Indian men's shooting team, comprising of Pemba Tamang, Gurpreet Singh and Vijay Kumar, were received amid flowers and garlands as they arrived in capital New Delhi on Sunday. The trio, headed by 2012 London Olympic silver medalist Kumar, participated in 25-meter centre-fire pistol men's team final and were 2 points behind gold medalist China at the Asian Games this year. The players were overwhelmed by the warm welcome.
बढ़िया लग रहा है, एशियन गेम में मेरा 5वां मेडल है और हमारा टीम सिल्वर आया तो काफ़ी खुशी है।
अच्छा लग रहा है यार, आप लोगों ने इतना अरेंजमेंट किया हमारे आने के लिए, तो फर्स्ट टाइम देख रहा हूँ एयरपोर्ट पे। आगे गेम के लिए सर आप क्या रणनीति? अभी आगे तो नेशनल्स आ रहे हैं, उसके लिए प्रिपरेशन करेंगे।
The games this year, officially known as the 17th Asiad, have around 439 events in 36 sports and disciplines. India so far has won 4 golds, 5 silvers and 26 bronze at the ongoing season being held at Incheon in South Korea.
With an aim to promote both pilgrimage and tourism, India hosted a 3-day international Buddhist conclave in eastern holy town of Bodh Gaya.
Over 131 foreign delegates representing 33 countries including the USA, France, UK and Japan participated in the Buddhist conclave in eastern state of Bihar. The extravaganza, which opened on Saturday, included presentations, panel discussions as well as visits to important holy sites in and around Bodh Gaya. The event that aimed at propagating India's rich heritage to the new generation enthralled many by its Buddhist hymns and folk dances. Visitors said the initiative would enhance interaction between the participating nations.
I think a lot of people are interested in Buddhism, so I think it was a great opportunity to see and think about what a Buddhism is. And in Japan, because we do have a Buddhism too, so I think it's a very good opportunity to see a lot of things.
The conclave was seen as the first step to boost tourism and send a strong message of normalcy a year after the holy shrine of Bodh Gaya was rocked by a series of blasts by the Indian Mujahideen in July last year.
He is a man of many faces. After tasting success on silver screen and television, he now turns to rule the ramp. Take a look at what's up next in his tour.
Filmmaker Karan Johar is out trying his hands away from the camera and arch lights. A part-time designer, Johar unveiled his new limited edition line at a recent fashion do in entertainment capital Mumbai. Friends from the fraternity, including actor Varun Dhawan, star wife Gauri Khan and ace designer Manish Malhotra cheered from the front row. Johar's luxurious collection had an interesting confluence of styles inspired by high street trends and haute couture. Actors Raveena Tandon, Lisa Hayden, Arunodaya Singh and Pallavi Sharda, who also came at the event, lauded Johar's attempt at donning the designer's hat.
बहुत अच्छा है कि आज करण एक अच्छे ब्रांड के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं और आई थिंक बहुत एक्साइटिंग होने वाला है, मज़ा आने वाला है देख के।
Well, बहुत ज़्यादा excited हैं हम। I don't think that anything Karan Johar does, he does badly. He does with so much style, he does with so much finesse, and he does with so much, you know, he's so effortless कि आज जो collection होगी, I think it's going to be a complete sellout.
Johar got actor Kangana Ranaut to walk for him, leaving the audience on the edge of the seats. A self-proclaimed fashionista, Ranaut set the ramp ablaze as she trotted down in a shimmery silver skirt and a printed white t-shirt topped with a jacket. Johar said his latest women's line was a reflection of his sensibilities, which have always reflected in his super-hit films.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. Prime Minister Modi pitches for Make in India with top business heads in US. Ashraf Ghani sworn in as Afghanistan's new president. And Tamil Nadu gets new chief minister as Jayalalithaa moves court against conviction. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.